Good evening, friends, and or I should say good day. As you can see, it's rather bright here. And welcome to another episode of Tim Kirby Russia. So, we have some big news that in the West is sort of written as a speculative theory, something that may happen, but interestingly, the Russian news is writing of this as if it's a fact. So, let's take a look here. Here we go. Rumors Ukrainian General Zaluzhy will soon be fired, replaced by GRU's Budanov. That is really big news, and a lot of the, let's just say, Russophile bloggers, analysts, and this, that, and the other are all talking about this. And again, here, this is sort of written as a rumor in most of the Western press. However, in Russia, this seems to be written as a fact. So what does this mean? Well, a few people, besides myself, have already sort of come out and said that this is probably a sign that the war is going to be changing. Why? Because Zaluzhy is an actual military man, whereas Budanov is more of like a, razvedka in English is what? Intelligence? Yeah, he's in the intelligence world, which is sort of like you would say your equivalent to CIA or something of the like. And so there's been some speculation that that means that maybe the nature of things is going to change and that the terrorist attacks, from the standpoint of the way Russians view the world, that happened in Belgrade, the recent bombing of the market in Donetsk, and so on and so forth, that really it's going to be more of the nature of the war is going to change from the Ukrainian attempted counteroffensive, as they call it, to actually defeat the Russians on the battlefield, to try to commit enough terrorist attacks to hopefully demotivate the Russian population to overthrow Putin or something of the like. That's the sort of word on the street from the analysis sphere about what's happening. And that's probably true. Because Budanov coming in, again, is not a military man, so they're bringing him in for his expertise, probably not in the sense of commanding tank divisions, if there's any tanks left. So, yeah, things are going to change. Now, another aspect to this that I think that really ties into this important shift in the command structure, a shift that also may not be happening super smoothly. Remember, supposedly there's a lot of tension between Zelensky and Zaluzhy, and who knows if Zaluzhy is going to sort of accept being put out to pasture. That's another interesting moment. But anyways, let's take another look at my other monitor here, and you'll see. Now, this is from Joaquin Flores, my good friend, and one of the most brilliant minds I have ever met. Anyway, it's a little hard to read on my screen, but I'll do my best. He makes a very good point. Ukraine's Zelensky hails diaspora support, proposes dual citizenship, angling towards a metaverse Ukraine where global virtual citizens automatically pay into a tax fund for the first purely digital country, while Russia occupies the whole of its former territory, XF. He sort of quotes himself there. Today I'm submitting to the Verkhovna Rada, as in Zelensky, a key draft law that will allow the adoption of comprehensive legislation amendments and the introduction of multiple citizenship. So essentially, what my buddy Joaquin here is arguing is that Zelensky sort of opening the door for Ukraine to become this sort of meta country, as in like almost a fake country with a government that's somewhere. Then that anyone can get dual citizenship with Ukrainian citizenship. So how does this tie into the whole Zaluzhy being replaced and bringing in Budanov? Well, if the Ukrainians really see themselves as losing, and the West knows that they, I should say the collective West, globalist West, elite establishment West, sees itself as losing this war, this meta-Ukraine really provides a good solution, whereas they can create some sort of government in exile. They can fund and arm that government because Russia is bad or something, or Putin bad, and they can then really actually do this complete shift over to being more of a sort of terrorist organization that can grant essentially anyone dual citizenship with that organization. So it's almost like they're building up some sort of European ISIS, some sort of amorphous state that isn't a state that could be used to harass Russia for potentially decades and decades into the future. So if Joaquin's prediction is right, we're going to see some sort of like, Euro neo-pagan, neo-fascist ISIS evolving around the failed Ukrainian state. And this whole thing with bringing in someone who is an intelligence agency expert, i.e., someone who definitely knows about the whole psyop, mental manipulation stuff, and putting him in charge of the war, in quotes, kind of ties in to Joaquin's theory there very much. So just wanted to give a shout out to my buddy Joaquin. This move only serves to add more evidence to his theory as to where this is going. So yeah, and for someone who lives in Russia, of course, this is not good because an amorphous Ukrainian ISIS that's hiding under the Western nuclear umbrella is going to be somewhat hard to deal with. Then again, they shouldn't forget that two can play the assassination game.